The only crypto with regulatory clarity, XRP. A lot of hype. What's happened with the charts, though? Well, I'm glad you asked. That's what we do here. Let's get it. 786 Assassins. What's up, y'all? Carolina Keith, regular Keith, Professor Keith. I hate Keith. All good with me. I'm glad you're here. Nonetheless, I want to give you an XRP update here. Let's go all the way through the chart from front to back. See what it looks like. But first, a word from our sponsor, us. For real though. Come check out our Discord, all right? We do a lot of work there. wap.com/team786. I'll give you a quick show of what we do there. Right here is our unlimited chat. We actually have a thread specifically dedicated just to XRP, where we post XRP information nonstop, 24/7. We have other threads. We have low cap coins. I've got my portfolio in there. I have other spreadsheets for you to use. We talk TA nonstop, 24/7, 365, all day long. Charts, especially XRP. Come give us a look. Check us out. The cost of one coffee a month. It's not that much money. To the charts we go. Large view here. I want to get a quick look at the price action first. As you see, I've got all three of the previous runs that XRP has ever had marked out on the chart here, nice and simply for you. There's the first one with the breakout. There's the second one with the breakout. And here's the third one with our short-term breakout. Now I've zoomed in a little closer here and I want to get into some basic TA for you. First things first, simple support resistance. We don't talk about the basics first a lot. We go skipping around to other stuff. So let's stick to the first things first, support and resistance. Now, right off the bat, I want you to look how far back this line goes and how long it has been getting hit. All the way back to 2018. This line has been a point of reference. 2017 even. We have bounced this line, hit this line, bounced this line, hit this line. Same thing happened in 2020. Same thing happened in 2021. Same thing happened in 2022. Hey, look, more 2022, then 2023, and then 2023 again. Oh, we broke out. Short term, yes. Now we're right back under it. And here we are fighting this same line. And since we are under this line, it is resistance, everybody. And since it's under resistance, it is still bearish. I know that sucks to hear, but it's just the facts. Now I've added in a support line here. And why did I add this support line where I added it? Well, I want you to go back and look at history a little bit here. As you see, if I just scroll back, the same thing's happening roughly on this line. I can dial it in a little closer, a little not closer. The whole point is this line is representative of an area of support or resistance. And since we are over it, that is support. Now that's basics, all right? Very simple, very straightforward there. We have a support line, we have a resistance line. We're kind of stuck in the middle of the two, which means not much of nothing is happening right now. So let's go a little deeper. So I've drawn in that slanted downtrend line there because it seems to be holding up fairly well. And it's forming what we call a bullish falling wedge on top of the big bear market line, which is that big red line that you see right there. That was the line that I first showed you when we first started this. Important to know that as long as we're above that line, we're okay. And historically speaking, it has done this before, as we've spoken about. Let's take a quick look at that. And you can see the date along the bottom here. August 2020, broke the trend, sat on top of the trend line, and then took off. Very nice. October, all the way back in 2016, broke the trend, settled on top of the trend line, and broke out of the same fallen wedge. Very nice. Now here we are back to where I started at. I'm going to draw in that same support and resistance line just for reference. Okay, I'll do the support line first down here. This is in real time, no editing needed. And here is the resistance line. And yes, we'll make that yellow. I like to put these lines at nice round numbers. That number right there is 54,922. Let's just call that 55. Nice round number. A nice round psychological number matters. This is 44,803. I'm going to make that 45 just because it's so close to that nice round number of 45. Now, I've got this circle drawn underneath that support line. Now, why did I do that? Well, it's a little deeper than that. I'm going to go a little farther and show you that, but I do think this thing moves down a little bit more. Not exactly how far how sure just yet, but I do think it does come down some more. Now this is messy, but it's all the moving averages, all sitting on top of each other, all above the price. Right here is the 100-day moving average, the 200-day moving average, the 50-day moving average, the 8 EMA, and the 21 EMA, all above the price, all forcing the price downward via resistance, just like this yellow line up here. A lot of price action getting pushed downward simply because of momentum. Here's a look at the Bollinger Bands. As we know, the Bollinger Bands we use for volatility. When they start to spread out, it tends to be more volatile and move in that direction, whichever way it started. And as you see, it started to move out and spread out, and that volatility has come in. When it is very narrow and the Bollinger Bands are tight, volatility is incoming, but not there yet. And now we've seen that start to play out with XRP. The bands are starting to widen out up under the trend line like this. Well, not great. Now here's the pivot points. Pivot points shift every month and they change month to month. It's important to note here that I bought this back here on this wick, knowing good and well we're probably gonna get some price action up, and we did. We've kind of held this same area here. And if this area holds, that's what I'm most hopeful for. I'm most hopeful that it doesn't fall below this and bounces north above this trend line, and off we go. And up here to test this resistance at some point. Now, in the event that that doesn't happen, which I think may be more likely, is we break this level and I'm able to DCA more than once. As you see over here, I've only bought once. I have plans to buy much more, but I haven't done so yet, on the hopes that we fall. When we go down, where will we stop? Well, likely to support down here, which is roughly 45 cents. As we have seen historically, this range has been a point of contention over and over and over again. No matter how far back you go, that range continues to get hit over and over. Now I've switched to a different pair. This is XRP USDT, and it's the KuCoin pair, which is pretty darn similar to every other USDT pair. But I use this chart to draw on a lot because I don't like to destroy every chart with a bunch of drawings. I like to just keep it to one. It's a little simpler that way. So I've got the same thing drawn out though, nonetheless. Same support line, same resistance line. I drew this white line way back here in September, and it is still playing out darn near identically to what I thought. I've got a couple boxes drawn inside of this green circle. These boxes are also in line with the pivot points that I just showed you, right? You see that right there and right there. But I didn't draw those based on the pivot points. I drew those based on Fibonacci retracement. Now, the cool thing here is the Fibonacci retracement. I'm not going to leave this up here because it's going to get messy. But if I pull from the bottom to the top of this short-term trend right here, and I zoom in for you, right down here are our take profit fibs where we usually look to buy in during a downtrend. And right here, Sniper's Alley, where a lot of times we see assets get stopped and hold up and catch and bounce up here. That's that 45 to 47 cent level that I'm really hopeful for. That's more than ideal. For it to bounce right here and go up would be primo, okay? Now, the problem is we have no control over that. So what I'm going to look to do, since I've already bought this level one time, is I'm going to look for this level to fall farther. If this level falls farther and continues to push down into the bottom of this fallen wedge here, anywhere down here in the bottom of this fallen wedge is a good place for me to dollar cost average, again, to work on getting my buy line down and to get in my full size of the position that I think I need to be in for the bull market. I've allotted about $2,000 for this particular asset, which is a certain percentage of my wallet, which I talk about in the Discord all the time. Check us out, 786 all day. Now from there, that doesn't mean we won't have more down. That means that's probably the base floor level prices. From there, we can work on trying to create an uptrend and moving forward, but we haven't gotten there yet. We're not even close. So let's go a little bit at a time as we get there. Of note, it looks like this fib cycle runs out about the end of October. So I think in November here, we may see some sideways down, up, more sideways and down than up though. And I think working toward the end of the year, we're going to get more of that. I think we find our base here in the next couple months though, no matter what. October, November, December, I think is the base. Bar none, flat, hard stop, as they say over in England. I think they say that in England. You'll also note that I added another support line there at about 40 cents, as you see. Yet another chart point of contention. Look how many times this thing has played with 40 cents and really, really liked it and not budged as far as, I think I'm going to bounce this line. I think I'm going to bounce this line over and over and over again in the history of XRP. This 40 cents level has been important, as well as 30 cents. But since we're not even close to that yet, I'm going to leave that one out of the equation until we get a little closer to what we're looking for. All right, how about an Ichimoku cloud look? There are 4 points of interest for the Ichimoku cloud to be a yes or a no. I need, first and foremost, the baseline under the conversion line. I want the blue line, which is the conversion line, over the baseline, which is the red line. And I do not have that right now. Currently, we have the blue line under the red line, which is no bueno. Next, I want to see the lag line, which is the white line, over the top of the candles, not underneath the candles. And what do we have? Right here, white line poking its head out underneath the candles. That's a red X. No, thank you. Third, I want to see the cloud on the end be green. Do we have a green cloud or a red cloud? Well, it looks like we got a green cloud, so that gets a green check mark. That's one. Last but not least, I want to see the candles above the cloud, and the cloud is obviously this big formation here. The candles are very much not over the cloud, so it's a big fat no. This is a 25% in for me, and that's exactly why you see it's a 25% in for me. Sorry, the Ichimoku cloud is really good at pulling confluence, and the confluence says tiptoe here. It's not quite time. How about the RSI? Here you go. She was making her way up the trend here. That has since forth failed. Can't argue that now, can you? That is a failed RSI pointing downward, not upward. So as long as this is pointing down, no thanks. Well, that up on the MACD was short-lived, wasn't it? Yes, it was. It crossed over, but as soon as it crossed over, blue went right back under orange, and we have since crossed back down. Now, the orange line, be careful here because that trigger line is still above the midpoint. So, again, we may get sideways here before we get down. And these things may knot themselves back and forth, but we have plenty of sell volume and hardly no buy volume at all. Obviously, there's more sellers than buyers, and you can see the trend is red because of that. So that was basic trend, basic support resistance, 821 EMA, 5100, 200 moving average, Ichimoku cloud, RSI, and MACD, plus the pivots thrown in there as well. 8 indicators all saying likely more down and sideways. Question is, do you believe the chart, or are you just going to stick with the hopium that you get on X and YouTube? Obviously, you're watching this, so you're looking for the opposite of the normal, which is the chart. And in my opinion, for me, I'm waiting for this to come down a little bit more. I still think, again, October, November, December here is our base where we're finding the floor here. From here, turning over on the new year, I don't see a ton more down. Honestly, I think in the next 6 to 8 weeks, that's our floor. That's our base. Obviously, that's not financial advice. You're going to do what you do anyway. This is me just speaking for my money, but I do plan on buying more XRP. I am part of the XRP family. I know you guys may not like me because I don't always say the popular thing, but it is what it is, man. No tokenomics and no lawsuits needed to see that this chart's going to go down more before it goes up. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate this. I'll have this vid pushed out. It goes on the Discord first. All of our videos go over to our Discord for our members first before they hit YouTube. But nonetheless, we'll put this video out ASAP. Thank you for watching. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. I appreciate that. That's Biggie. You guys have a good one. Sky's the limit. See you on the next one. Peace.